Greetings everybody, this is the Doctor. Welcome back to another Star Trek Online free-to-play mission. I do need to apologize for the audio in the last two videos. I realize that was pretty messed up. I went through an OS upgrade and apparently it messed with the volume quite a bit in the game. If you could please drop me a line in the comments and let me know how the audio is in this video as far as ship volume goes, firing phasers, ambient volume, all the FX volume compared to my voice, and all of that. Do I need to bump it up more in game or is it good now? Please let me know. Okay. Moving on, now it is time to do the next mission, and we're going to do Skirmish. This is the start of a 5-episode featured episode series that came out previously in Star Trek Online, and then later they integrated into the Klingon War story arc. We are now going to take a break from the Klingon/Gorn war with the Federation, and we are in fact going to have a whole new enemy here to deal with. So let's hail this and get it on. Alright, this is from Franklin Drake. We have reports of True Way Fleet entering the neutral zone and picking a fight with the Klingons near the Donatu system. Having two of our enemies fight is good for the Federation, but I want to know why the True Way is so far out of their territory. Intercept them and deal with them. If you need to engage the Klingons as well, do so. A Starfleet task force has already been sent to the area. You'll need to join them in the Donatu system as soon as possible, and we're going to get some very nice rewards for these next 5 missions. In fact, this one has both a subspace field modulator option or a phase-shifted personal shield. Both are very good options, and it is worth replaying the mission to get both items. So let's go to the Donatu system, which is used to be in Eta Eridani. I guess it still is. But now that sector space is opened much more, we will have to find out where that is. Let's go all the way out to sector space. Okay, and so yes, Donatu way down here. In the meantime, let's get some assignments going here. Collect rewards on this one, and let's take let's do show with met requirements. Let's pick up this diplomatic mission here and let that go on. Remember, I could add a whole lot more, but I don't want to level up too fast, and I'm really only interested in diplomatic at this time. We're still rank 0, but we are getting up there to almost halfway on rank 0, so making progress. And here we go. Let's see. We are traveling at warp 6.78 now at Lieutenant Commander 14. Still takes quite a while to get to places. As you can see, Donatu is way down there on the map. So obviously this is going to take a very long time to fly there. And of course you could transwarp, but then you're going to use up energy credits, and I don't want to do that. And you know what I just found out? I forgot to sell all my stuff from the last mission like I said I was going to do. I'll do it after this mission because I will want the inventory space. Alright, so what I'll do now is pause the video and then I'll resume it once we get to Donatu, so you won't have to sit through the long ordeal here of actually flying to the star system. And instead I will bear that burden for you guys. So stand by 1 second. And here we go, everybody. We are approaching the Donatu system. So once again, as I go into battle here, just let me know how the volume is. I can turn up music, I can turn up the effects, and I can turn up the ambient volume all separately if I need to, if my voice is too loud or that's too soft. Please, please let me know, and I will get that fixed. Now, where did the Donatu go? It went way over here. Totally overshot it. Okay, enter Donatu system. Alright. Captain, I'm picking up multiple hostile contacts, both Klingon and True Way. I can understand the Klingons being here. They've been trying to claim this system for months. Well, now I'm under attack. But why the True Way? Boo-hoo, they have no reason to be here. They're refusing. Okay, well, actually, they're attacking me, so holy crap. Let's get out of here and swing back around. That was rapid. Didn't even get to read the dialogue. Wow. What a thing. Good thing my ship is pretty powerful, huh? Check this out. I'm just like owning the Klingons. Cortinga battlecruiser, eat my phaser. Crap, there's lots of Jem'Hadar here. You're gone. Look at all these ships. I've already defeated three of the Klingon fleet. Holy crap, a monkey. That was kind of fast.
Target's shields have failed.
Let's hit this Galler with a beam overload. Now let's hit him with a torpedo. Excellent. Check that out. They go bye-bye. Let's take care of this other Galler. Do some more damage with attack pattern alpha. And then take these guys out. Nice. Come back around and we will take out the Axon now, which is the main ship we're supposed to be taking over here. Bring down its shields and then hit them with a torpedo, and that's how you win, folks. That is how you win. I am good. Some skill right there, my friends. Bring down their shield, slam them with the torpedo. Alright, the Cardassian flagship, the Axon, has been disabled. Her warp core is stable for now. Recommend we take a closer look. Let's beam aboard the Axon and see what's going on. The Cardassian security teams are already starting to move in on our position. We should expect heavy resistance. Heavy resistance is just the way I like it. Now remember, we got a new ability now because we ranked up to 14. It's called Fire on My Mark. It's going to debuff our foe. Remember, we're talking about buffs and debuffs and stuff as a tactical character. So we got to remember to use it. We got all kinds of things to hit now. We got target optics, which is going to help us a lot. We got Rally Cry, which is going to help us a lot. And now we have Fire on My Mark. We have so many things to hit before we even can start firing, but it'll really make us powerful. Watch this. So here's a Gil, there's again a Glenn, and they have a shield, so let's do that. Let's get closer. Target optics, Rally Cry, Fire on My Mark. Look at that. Dead in like 2 or 3 shots. And that's how you... Whoops, I almost knocked my drink over. That is how you kill some Cardassians. Seriously, though, all these things to buff and debuff and all that, man, it can really add up on a tactical character. You can really do some damage. You just have to know what you're doing. Know which ones to use when and so forth. And you got to wait for them to cool down. That's the only terrible part here. Look at the cooldown on Rally Cry.
Damage detected.
But anyway, tactical, the optics, target optics, cools down pretty fast. So to my ears, the me firing my phasers is a little low on volume here, at least while I'm playing this, but it may just be because I have the volume turned down. So please let me know if it's enough for you or if you need it louder. I don't want to make it so loud, but definitely want you guys to be able to hear it. I'm a little dubious about turning the music volume up only because music copyright violation issues on YouTube and all that. I like the music in the game, but I have had videos before that the copyright infringement system did not like because of the music. Continue to the bridge. Alright, that should take care of all the security measures between us and the bridge. I don't expect the Cardassians to give up that easily, though. They will probably send more security teams to interrupt us. Okay, moving on. Continue to the bridge. So now I can use fire on my mark again. It took it that long, but I'm going to wait because there's a powerful enemy up ahead that I want to use it on. Or a more powerful enemy anyway. More powerful Cardassian, I should say. One of the interrogators. What was that? They have vaporized with an interesting graphic I've never seen before. That was weird. I'm going to have to like watch that video back again because that was a weird kind of visual right there. Never seen that before. The interrogator, not him. Not him. There's an interrogator. There it is. The interrogator is a little tougher than just regular Cardassians. So with him, I'll use fire on my mark.
Enemy targets on sensor.
There we go. And that exposes him too, if you notice. Puts an expose on him. But,
Shield losing power.
see how tough he is? But there we go. I got him. Not a problem. Not a problem. Investigate strange occurrence in the mess hall, which is where we are now. Alright, we got a dead Cardassian. Ooh, we got a gas to scan too. Let's scan the gas and get my particles. Now let's scan this Cardassian. Captain, what were those things? Sir, the Cardassian doesn't have any wounds on him, but my readings show that he was dead before we entered this room. I recommend that we find a med kit and perform an examination of the corpse. We need to know more about what happened to him. If he was attacked by those creatures, we need to be cautious. Any contact may be lethal. Gather medical tools from the med bay. Read patient records. So this is now where we have to figure out what's going on here and do some more scans, read some... Oh, crap. Blue people all over the place. There it was again. Is there something wrong with the environmentals on the ship? No, you're not hallucinating. Investigate dead Cardassian. Sir, the Cardassian looks to have died from the same cause the Cardassian who examined in the mess hall. We need to find a med kit to know more about what happened to them. Hey, here's a med kit. Let's use it. All of the medical equipment in this kit has been sterilized and ready for use. This medkit has a variety of standard medical tools available. However, before using the medkit to examine the remains of the Cardassians, it would be beneficial to study the medical records of the corpses in stasis in the sickbay. The background data on these patients will prepare you for the examination of the remains. So we have to read all the patient records before we can scan this guy. I know the answers because I've played this like a bajillion times, so I know what to choose. But for story's sake, I am going to read the medical records and kind of try to deduce what it would be, even though I already know what it is. Read patient records. Patient admitted with a fractured tibia suffered while in the holodeck. The bone was splinted and treated with a regenerator. Patient returned later complaining of pain in the treated leg as well as an elevated body temperature. Patient was the treated. Patient was the treated. He was the treated with a T-cell stimulator to stave off any possible infection. Patient's conditions continued to worsen while they were being constantly treated to boost their immune response. This grammatical error has been in here since, yes, this mission was put in the game like 4 years ago. Patient died 6.2 hours after injury. Due to the extreme rate of deterioration in the patient, an infection is unlikely. Fear of a contagious agent being responsible has resulted in quarantine protocols being enacted. A cause of death has yet to be determined. Corpse will be placed in stasis field pending further examination. If you don't want to hear all these patient records, feel free to just kind of skip ahead, but I am going to go through all 5 of them just for story's sake. Patient admitted with a plasma burn caused by an exploding EPS conduit. The wound was treated using a protoplaser. and the patient was admitted to sickbay for sedation and observation. Patient suffered a neurological event resembling a cardiovascular accident while sedated and was unable to be resuscitated. Further examination into the patient's death is pending an autopsy. Okay, that's 2 of 5. Let's go upstairs and see what's up here. Patient admitted with a severe laceration suffered while working in engineering. The wound was closed using an auto suture, and the patient was released with instructions to refrain from active duty and to return for another examination in 24 hours. Patient returned as instructed, complaining of a headache, elevated body temperature, and nausea. White cell count was elevated, and preliminary analysis showed signs of systematic infection resulting from contamination of wound site. Patient was held in sickbay for treatment and observation. However, the infection spread rapidly and treatment with standard antibiotics was unsuccessful. A more rigorous treatment regimen was formulated, but also proved unsuccessful. Patient's vital functions ceased. Cause of death, circulatory system failure resulting from sepsis. The patient's body has been prepared for transport back to Cardassia Prime. These are very detailed. Whoever wrote these had to have a little bit of medical knowledge, maybe. Patient admitted complaining of pain and inability to concentrate on assigned duties. Patient was treated with hydrochloroquine and told to rest. Psychological evaluation was scheduled. Patient returned several hours later saying that neither the medication nor rest had helped. Patient was treated with a larger dose of hydrochloroquine and admitted to sickbay for observation. During this period, patient fell unconscious and was unable to be revived. An autopsy was conducted using a neurolytic probe to obtain a small sample of brain tissue. Examination of the neural tissue did not show any signs of infection or trauma that would result in headache or fatality. Cause of death remains undetermined. And finally, the last one. Those who have stuck this out, I commend you. Patient admitted complaining of extreme nausea and fatigue. Preliminary exams inconclusive. Patient held for overnight observation, during which condition worsened. Patient died at 23:52 hours. Quarantine protocols put in place. Level 8 force field. Force field may not be disabled without command level authorization. An autopsy on the patient was conducted using a laser scalpel to open the chest cavity. All organs were intact and showed no signs of trauma or infection. Cause of death remains undetermined. There's lots of undetermined deaths here. Now let's scan this Cardassian and see what's up using this medical kit. All of the medical equipment in this kit. Alright, we know that the answer is going to be a neurolytic probe. You could go through all of these and read about what they do and all of that if you don't know, but the answer is neurolytic probe. A neurolytic probe is a device that makes use of stabilized biological enzymes to cleave tissue samples from the brain or nervous system. The use of neural enzymes significantly lowers the trauma experienced by the patient and minimizes the amount of time necessary to recover from the procedure. Do it. Captain, that tool should give us a better insight into the cause of death of the Cardassians in the mess hall. If we can use a neurolytic probe to obtain a sample of one of Cardassian's brain tissues, we may be able to determine a cause of death. Right, so use it. The neurolytic probe has determined that this individual died from a radical decrease in neural energy. It's almost as if he was drained by an outside source. All of the brain's activity came to a complete stop as its energy was depleted. Sir, there is a great deal of interference being picked up by the tricorder, most likely the result of an energy residue from whatever was used to do this to the Cardassians. Perhaps we can track it down by following the energy trail. There's a science lab across the hall from the medbay. It should have access to the ship's internal sensors. So much reading in this one. Lots and lots of reading. Please define parameters. Now, we can go through each one like electroplasma and you can scan for it and it's not going to find anything. I know the answer, so I'm just going to go ahead and go straight to it. But if you want to read these yourself as you play through, feel free to do it. It'll help you learn about the different types of things in the game anyway. But the answer is going to be triolic waves. Triolic waves are the result of a process called selective molecular polarization, in which a substance is modified at a fundamental level to convert matter to energy. Triolic energy is not used by any known species because they are known to cause deterioration of living tissue. Scan. I'm picking up a large concentration of triolic waves centered around the ship's bridge. Triolic waves are harmful to humanoids. We will not be able to be in the area for long, and the Cardassians would be subject to the deleterious effects as well. they would not knowingly use triolic energy. I'd suggest we take a closer look. Whatever is causing the triolic waves probably is responsible for the deaths of the Cardassians in the mess hall. I tend to agree. Oh, there it is again. It's headed for the bridge. Let's go kick some butt. I don't know why I just scanned the floor. But, hey, you know. Visitors! Defeat the Vidiians. Rally cry, and let's throw a grenade at them.
Flanking damage detected.
Got some flanking damage going on. Let's take care of that one. Now the big daddy. Oh, I should have waited and used all my abilities on him. Oh well. I can use target optics. That's ready to go. That'll help for sure. I can throw a grenade. That'll help a little bit. Now I gotta wait for these to come back around. I'm going to not duck, but crouch. That puts me into a defensive position and adds a dodge, a plus 50% dodge and resistance versus melee, but I'm not meleeing right now. Throw another grenade. I almost got this thing beat anyway. Phantasm. Fire on my mark, but I already got him beat. There we go. We win. Let's take his loot. All he left for me was an energy dampening armor Mark III. How rude. There's no mistaking them now, Captain. Those were Vidiians. What's curious, though, is that the Vidiians are out of phase with us. Normally, we can't see them without a subspace force field tuned with an extremely sensitive phase discriminator. We didn't have that, so how are they appearing in our reality? I recommend checking the Axon crew's log entries. Maybe they were doing something that made it easier for the Vidiians to exist here. Okay, so let's read the logs. At this point, you really don't have to. Well, you do, I guess, to proceed, but you don't really have to read them unless you really want to. We'll just scan through these real quick. Captain's log. Our mission goes well. The Axon has disabled and destroyed 7 enemy ships. I look forward to reporting our success. The Chief Medical Officer is concerned about casualties. It is his job to be concerned. Mine is to operate the ship. I have read his report about unexplained deaths and dismissed it. There is always an explanation. He simply hasn't looked hard enough to find it. I cannot let his feelings disrupt our mission. Gul Madred is looking for men of purpose to assist him. He wants leaders with the will to use whatever means are necessary to free our people from Federation tyranny. If all goes well after this campaign, I will be seen as one of those leaders. Chief Engineer's log. Repairs to the Axon go as expected, running low on deuterium and warp coils. Wish there was more time between battles to do more than patch critical systems, but time is the most precious commodity there is. 4 crewmen down. 1 died in battle with Klingon forces, but 3 others died in accidents. I have spoken to the captain about launching an investigation, but he sees nothing but his dreams of glory and a return to conquest. Unusual spike in triolic wave energy may be affecting warp core efficiency. Let's speak to Dryolic and see if his sensor readings have turned up anything unusual. Letter from Maja arrived today. She and the children are well, but she worries about me. She wants me to leave the true way and return to Cardassia Prime. 6 months ago, I would have ignored her pleas. Now, though, I miss her and see no end to this fighting. Aw, they're trying to give people here a backstory. Science Officer's log, Stardate. Bleh. My duties on a combat mission are limited, but I was pleased today to have a chance to scan the approaching Driffin's Comet. The comet itself has not been a focus of much scientific inquiry, and it last passed through this sector in the late 23rd century. My scans, however, reveal surprising amounts of triolic wave energy emitting from the comet, as well as detectable amounts of chronoton particles. The triolic waves will unfortunately prevent a closer study of the comet. They are quite harmful to humanoid life forms, and the captain is loath to jeopardize our mission for my curiosity. I have requested the launch of a Class 1 probe. The chronotons are of even greater interest. They appear in instances of temporal disturbances, which could mean that this comet has been or will be in the presence of a temporal event. Time mechanics are so cumbersome. I must have more data, but the captain has never had much interest in science. Perhaps I will remind him that chronoton particles are harmful against the aliens who live in the Bajoran wormhole. A potential weapon to use against the Bajoran gods may be enough interest to him to divert our course. So a lot of information there. Something about a comet, temporal time travel, perhaps. Triolic waves, Vidiians. Very interesting stuff. Captain, we should return to the Moya. I'm sure Starfleet Command would want to know that there are Vidiians in the neutral zone. Those battlegrounds are now their feeding grounds. Indeed. Let's go tell them. Things are amiss. The plot thickens. Report to Franklin Drake. Whatever. Forget it. Are you sure that you found no sign of the Cardassians attempting to open a portal or otherwise bring the Vidiians into our phase variants? This is troublesome. There are pieces to the puzzle I don't have yet. Let me do some digging and I will be in touch. And this subspace field modulator. So this is something you can put on your ship. It's a device, so it doesn't take up a console slot. It does a plus 34 all damage resistance rating to your ship, a proton resistance rating, or it lessens your resistance to protons, I should say, and a 15% defense. So it's a pretty good ability to have. And it levels up with you. It's kind of like an infinite level thing. It goes all the way to max level, so you don't have to get another one. You just get it once and you're done. Now this phase shifted personal shield is also an interesting shield. It's a very good shield for this level of the game. So I mean, if you wanted to like replay this mission 4 or 5 times, you could get like 5 of these shields and then put them on your bridge officers too, and they would have an excellent shield as you are leveling through the game. And the shield does not level with you, but it's still a good shield to have, and you can always replay the mission to get it again and get more of them as you are leveling up. And what this is going to do is provide resistance basically to the Vidiians that we're about to fight. So on ground, this is going to be very good against the Vidiians specifically. Also, I'm guessing it would be good against the Undine as well, since it's got a psionic damage resistance. So the Undine and the Vidiians, this would be very good against. But in general, it's just a good shield. It's a very rare shield, and it's got a capacity modifier and a regeneration modifier. So it's a very good shield to have at this point of the game. So I am going to choose this shield, and I'm not going to replay this mission simply because that would just make us level faster, and that's not our goal here. But if I were playing this game outside of a Let's Play series, I would replay this mission several times. Once to get the subspace field modulator, and then maybe like 4 or 5 times to go ahead and put this shield on all my bridge officers. But anyway, let's just go ahead and take this shield right now.
Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander.
Holy monkey butt. Okay, so here's what happened. You can see all this stuff going on here. Alright, so I just hit level 15. At level 15, first of all, you get a bridge officer awarded to you, so we got a new bridge officer. But the R&D system unlocks. This is what I've been talking about all this time up till now. I am wanting to do R&D on this character for the first time ever, and I've never done it, but I want to do it. I want to learn it, and hopefully this character will be able to craft some goodies. Then I could email those goodies to my other characters. That would be nice. Anyway, that's the big thing here. The R&D system just unlocked. So there's a tutorial, and I probably don't want to go through it right now, simply because you know, this I think I want to do a standalone separate video on the R&D system here, going through it. I'm hoping if I click X on this, I'm thinking if I click X on this, it's actually just going to never pop up again. So let me just go ahead and go through this real quick. Alright, research and development allows your crew to craft equipment. Click here to open the R&D window. So the R&D window, we'll go through this in more detail. I'm just kind of quickly going through this intro dialogue so we don't miss it, because if I X out of it, I think I'll never be able to see it again. Click on the R&D tab to view the status of any items your crew is crafting. Each school contains different types of items along with the materials to make them. Okay. I am trying to click here to continue and it's not continuing. Oh, that's why. Click now on the ground weapons school. Many schematics can make multiple types and marks of items. Click stun pistol now and select begin. Where's stun pistol? Oh, here we go. Item, ground weapon, stun pistol. Select Mark II in the drop down menu. Okay. Select plasma in the drop down menu. Oh, I see. Tetrium, Bolarum, here's plasma. Click confirm. Select your duty officer. Higher quality duty officers yield better results. Well, I only have one. Click start task to begin crafting an item. Okay, so it's actually started a task now. Almost 5 minutes to do it. The item that will be crafted can be seen here. So I'm going to get a plasma stun pistol Mark II Crit H.1. So that's a rare item. Oh, nice. The item will be crafted, can be seen here. When your task is completed, click collect rewards to gain school experience and your finished item. Nice. So in 4 minutes we will have a finished item. A ground weapon. I guess it's that simple. Let's get our new officer as well. He has a nice face. I like that. There's no face. There's no body. There's no person. Tellarite. I don't want any of these people, to be honest with you. I'm just going to pick anything. I'm not even going to use him. Whoa, that was that ugly person. Not even going to use this bridge officer. I'm just picking it right now so I can at least get that done. Also, it looks like we had a lot of... Look at these. We've got item acquired, emergency R&D, hologram, deflector. So we got a bunch of duty officers, I guess. Is that what just happened? Roster. Where do I see my new people at? Let's see. I got 38. I must have just got some new people because I got 38 out of 100 people already. That's a lot at just level 15. Six-way brake passengers. I guess. I don't know where the new ones are though, or how to view just them, but it looks like I got like emergency R&D holograms, which I didn't have before. So these people are new for sure. Status. Recent recruits. There we go. And of course, recent recruits doesn't show anybody. Oh, there we go. Okay, so here's what I got. An emergency R&D hologram. Tactical. I don't know how these work with the R&D system yet. I guess they're just like the DOFs. They're just like any other DOF. You just use them to do and complete R&D materials. So we got armory, damage control, warp core engineer, system engineer, diagnostic engineer. We got quite a bit here. This is cool. Okay, so they're all the same. They're all emergency R&D holograms. So you just use them as you need them, I suppose. I'm kind of waiting for that one to finish. Oh, where do I go to see what's running? Oh, in progress. There we go. I'm waiting for this one to finish because I want to see what happens when you claim it. So 2 minutes. We'll just go ahead and sit and wait through that. Let's go to the soul system because I am going to go sell all my stuff in my inventory before I do the next mission. I kind of wanted to do a separate video just on the R&D system, but at this point I really don't know how to use it yet. So I wouldn't know what to say, I guess. Doc. I don't think it's worth crafting just yet because you're not at in-game and all the stuff you craft. Well, I guess you do need to craft because you have to skill the system up, or you have to skill up in the system, which means you have to craft to do that. I guess I could take those items and sell them on the exchange for energy credits. That's probably the smart thing to do. Few seconds remaining on that. Yeah, it's a rare ground weapon I'm crafting here. So I guess that's what I have to do. See where it says level 0 on each of these things? You can skill these up to a certain level. I don't know what the max level is. I'm sure you guys will let me know what the max level is on everything, but I guess you have to craft things in order to level them up. That would make sense, wouldn't it? I think. Is that right? Am I right about that? Craft things to level your R&D level up. All of these require level 0, so I guess I can do any of these right now as long as I have the things for them. Like I guess I don't have an assault squad officer. Although, well, oh, it's in use right now. That's what it is, I guess. Because I'm making this one, it's in use. Maybe that's what it means. Okay, I completed that. Yeah, assault squad officer. I guess I only have one. So when I complete this, then it should be available for other projects. Collect. Whoa! Okay, I'm level 1. Holy crap, I just leveled up. I did a thing. Is it that easy, guys? Is it really that easy? You just keep crafting things and leveling up? Now my assault squad officer should be available, but it's still red, so that's weird. Anyway, some of these only require level 0, so I can start them now. Some, like I just leveled up to level 1. Were some of them requiring level 1? Thought I saw some that did. I don't know. So yeah, what do I do now? Do I just keep crafting things and leveling up? And if so, how do I know what to craft? I guess just random things. This is nice now though. I got a it's only a Mark II, but it's a rare item. I mean, I don't need it. Let's see what I might be able to sell it for on the exchange. That's the only use I think of crafting lower end stuff like this, is just to put it on the exchange for energy credits, because I really don't need it at this stage of the game. It's only Mark II. See, there's none on there right now. There's none with those modifiers that are rare. Let's see what a regular rare one is with any modifier. Not very much at all, so I mean, I'm not going to get a whole lot of energy credits for it. This one's selling for 15, this one 50. I'm not going to get a lot of energy credits because it's only Mark II, and who would even buy a stun pistol? I'll put it on there. Let's see, what was it? Crit. What are my things? Crit H and .1. Yeah, nobody wants .1. I don't know what to sell it for, but I guess it's really just not worth much, is it? Except for just crafting purposes at this point. I'm going to have to read up a little bit about the crafting system. Anyway, that's something I'm going to start doing now that we are 15. Go ahead and put that point there. Now my energy weapon and projectile weapons are maxed out. Hull repair, I can put that to max too. There we go. Oh, grenades. Yes, I was going to keep doing grenades. Okay, there we go. Now I have skill points. Yay! Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed Skirmish and a little bit about the R&D there. I am going to keep doing it as the game progresses and figure it out. The next mission is called Spin the Wheel. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next.